The world of marketing has been shaking up during the last few years due to significant updates on how user data is being collected, stored, and shared online. Now, we are moving toward a more secure, safe, and private ecosystem where users will gain control over their data and privacy. And I discussed this topic earlier this week on the blog. I've published an article, it's a research, and it's entitled The New Version of the Web 3.0 Implications in Marketing. The first signs of those changes were revealed with GDPR and CCPA regulations. GDPR is the regulation for European residents, and CCPA is for residents of California. And then we had the iOS 14 update and the iOS 15 update by Apple, in which the big tech corporation gave more control to its users over their data. And as a result, the advertising and marketing landscape has been transformed ever since. And these updates by Apple come as a result of user dissatisfaction with online experiences and distrust. And marketers, business owners, and agencies, it's all our fault. We overwhelmed users with countless ads, retargeting campaigns, and a host of other marketing communications. And also advertising networks had their user data stolen, breached, or sold in so many scandals. You might remember the Equifax data breach, and Google and Facebook in so many cases, and other major big tech companies involved in data breaches. And so inevitably we've reached a point of no return, and now we have to reshape our strategies. We have to change the way we approach consumers and collect data. And today I want to discuss data, and we'll discuss first party, second party, third party, and with focus on zero party data. So now let's see the different types of data so we can understand which ones are the most important and what the future brings. Now, there are four categories of data. We have zero party, first party, second party, and third party data. And before we analyze each one of them, we can group those categories into two main categories. So we have data owned by the companies, by us, data that users provide on their own, either intentionally or not, and we have data provided by other companies, by other partners. And zero party and first party data is data owned by us, and second party and third party data provided by other parties. Now I want to follow up on our discussion about the different types of data that we collect in order to improve our advertisements, to build trust in the market, establish connections, build relationships with brands, with consumers. Everything we do in marketing gets affected by the type of data and the quality of data that we collect in order to understand our customers better. In this video I want to discuss the different types of data in plain language, so you can follow along and understand the importance of data in business and marketing. And as I said, we have four types of data: zero party, first party, second party, and third party data. And we used to have only first, second, and third party data. And lately we have a new type of data that Forrester Research introduced to the market with a key difference. And this term, zero party data from Forrester Research, was accepted by a big percentage of the marketing community. And there is a difference between zero party and first party. And have in mind that zero and first party are data that we own, the companies, the brands. It's data collected by us, and they can happen on our websites, they can happen offline, and it's information directly from the source, from the users, from consumers, from prospects, customers, and it's data that we collect and then analyze to improve our performance, to develop products, to create advertisements, to build trust in the market, to do branding and all the forms of marketing. So in a sense, with zero and first party, we collect the data, and with second party and third party, data is provided to us by other companies. And with zero party data, we use polls, anything that has questions, surveys, assessments, quizzes, questionnaires, either offline or online. You can head out printed paper, or you can send any type of marketing communication, or they interact with your website and they provide accurate information about themselves in order to benefit themselves, of course, in order to get information about your product, and you collect this information. And first party data is data that is usually collected on our websites, on our properties, when people browse our website, when they click buttons, and when they complete a form, when they ask questions, when they use the live chat application, when they ask questions in webinars, in live events, in all our interactions, either on offline or seminars, or everywhere. We collect this data and then we analyze them. And the difference between zero party and first party is that zero party is voluntarily given by users, and first party data is data that we collect and analyze. It's implicit data, and this information is derived by analyzing explicit data, zero party data. So think of zero party and first party as a family of internal data that we collect. The companies, we own the data, and this data is very accurate, high quality, and can drive decisions for marketing, for product development. It's extremely important. It's a gold mine of information. And in the upcoming webinars and articles, I'm going to focus on zero party data because it's the most important type of data that we collect, because we depend on questions. And I'm going to publish an article about the importance of questions in marketing. That's one of two main themes. Now, the thing is that first of all, second party data is data that is collected from one company, and then they provide this data to another company, usually through a medium company that connects a marketplace, a data marketplace that connects companies, that connects parties. And this is data that owned by another company directly from their source, their audience, but it might be not so good in quality. It might be fake. You never know who you work with. You have to do your research and find trustworthy partners to collect second party data. Second party can be more accurate than third party, but you never know the source, the quality of the source, and it might be similar to your audience or not. It depends. And third party data is usually is data that we use in advertising networks like Facebook or Google and other sites of this nature, where you buy advertising space to run your ads and campaigns. And third party data are owned by other companies who collect this data. It's the zero party and first party data of other companies who then sell this data to advertising networks, and begins a cycle. And I've experienced a decline in the effectiveness of those advertisements the last years. I believe these networks are going in a very bad position. I believe that Facebook is in serious trouble, and the effectiveness of Google Ads has been it was very significant decline, and we can't depend anymore on second and third party data, and I don't trust them. And we will be focusing on first and zero party. And of course, with my methodology, 7 ideals, we depend heavily on zero and first party data and third party data as addition, as a companion. So this is the future. This is the importance of data, because when we know this data, we get information about their demographics and psychographics, firmographics, and this data is very useful in any case, no matter what your business is. If you are a service provider, if you are a B2B or B2C business, this data can help any business owner. So this is the theme for the next days. We'll be discussing extensively the importance of questions and the importance of data, and I'll be inviting you to attend some events that we plan to attend as well. So I'll be letting you know, and there are more articles coming, webinars are coming, and I'll be answering questions all day long on web market support. Use the live chat at the bottom right corner. It's the blue icon, I think, and you can use it anytime. And if we don't answer, just leave your email and your question, and we'll answer it as soon as possible. So thanks again for your interest in this discussion. It's very important. And before we move on with introduction of our methodology, it's important to go through the importance of questions and data, and how we collect this data in this day to make our marketing effective, because we can't trust anymore Google and Facebook and other networks. We can't trust external data. And anyway, this is the future of Web 3.0. I've discussed that in the previous research. This is a new environment, a more safe, more private, more decentralized version of the web, where users have more control over their data and their privacy, and it's a more beautiful web. We don't have to bombard our users with so many ads and retarget them all over the internet. It's annoying. We need to find new ways of doing marketing. We have to use our language, it's our ethics, our vision for a better world, for a better planet. That's it for now. So I'll be speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.